Are we back? Goodness gracious. I think episode 9 was a little too hype for what my computer was doing. And it just said, no. No, Vader's here? Vader? Darth? Darth Vader, fam? Nope, we crashing right now. Too much hype. Too much hype in the chat. And YouTube wasn't having it. Alright. Let's dive back in. Let's hope the computer can contain itself for episode 10 because I know it's going to be very hype as well. I don't know where I was, but let's dive in. Alright, welcome back. Smash the subscribe. I promise we don't always crash like this. It was an unforeseen event. We're back, indeed. We back. And I'm ready for episode 10. I'm very ready. The computer was not. After it saw Vader, it said, bye. See you later. We out. Bye-bye. Yeah, couldn't handle Vader. Take two indeed. Take two indeed. Again, subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button. I know you're going to have a good time. Let's get this thing going, though. Episode 10. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It just wants to tell you to subscribe, clearly. Episode 10, we're going to get this thing rolling. 10 is up. And we are going to turn the music back down. Because there's a lot of hype going on and the computer doesn't like it. So, we're going to find episode 10. Where was I before that crashed? Because I was so hyped talking about it. I'm like, dude. Okay. I've been talking about for years. It feels like. In Rebels, during the Twilight of the Apprentice arc, the final 2 episodes of season 2, we are reintroduced to Maul in that show. And when there's a scene when Vader arrives to basically just destroy everybody. And when he does, Maul knows he's coming before he's even there. Like, he can sense him. And I'm like, there's no way this dude don't know who Vader is. He's definitely fought him before, and he has. He definitely has, and I cannot wait to start this episode and see what kind of tyranny this dude has seen from the absolute greatest villain of all time, Darth Vader. Let's dive into this, guys. All right, let's do episode 10. We're gonna shift over to this. We're gonna Disney Plus this thing up. I got episode 10 up already. I hope you do as well. The hype is overloading. Yo, what up, Joe? Welcome into the chat. We are doing the final episode of Maul Shadow Lord, episode 10, season 1. The final episode of season 1. Let's get this thing rolling. I have my timer ready to go. I got the music turned all the way down low. Let's do this thing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do it. Let the Vader destruction begin. I love that he just comes in with all of the aura in all of Star Wars. He's just like, I'm going to snatch it real quick. Maul, I know you were having like aura moment after aura moment in episode 9. But I'm just going to come in and snatch all the aura right from you. And he does. He's that guy. He's that guy. Previously on Maul Shadow Lord. I'll say this too. I keep seeing more and more of Devin starting to see a little bit of the good side of Maul. The good side. He's a good dude. She's got some sympathy for him. Oh, you're just gonna wait for season 2? But this has been so fire. How you gonna watch episode 9 and not just dive right in? Except for the fact my computer crashed. No, stop this computer. We're not gonna have this happen again. Dude, that was sad. Seeing, we dubbed him Chipper, the reverse chopper, before he died, and then he died. That's what happens when you name things. Don't do it. And then all the aura. Let's freaking go. Oh, his face seeing him for the first time, too. Yes. Let's go, Dale. Just in time. Excellent. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, I think I would remember that too if I was him. You're going to need like 5 more of where that came from. Yeah, get out of there. Dude, Anakin has been waiting decades for this. Decades. Maybe not 2 decades, but at least a full decade. Close to 2. If not 2. Holy crap. It's probably not even been more than a full decade. Oh, it's so good to see him. You knew they were going to bring him back for stuff when they used him at the end of Clone Wars. You don't just make a Darth Vader animation like this and not reuse it. It's so beautiful. Oh, you know of him. Wow. In all his might. This is so badass. What a gift. What a gift to Star Wars fans. Yeah, I know the timeline. I'm just trying to think of how old Anakin was when Qui-Gon died. Oh my God, she saves him. Run. Oh, he's going to pull down the whole thing? Oh my gosh. This dude's OP. Oh, young Vader for real. Oh, look how angry he looked, even with the mask. Mad Vader, sad Vader, good Vader, Maul, Shadow Lord. The most fire animation we've had in so long. This is so good, and not even the most recent animation hasn't been good. This is ridiculous. This is so good, chat. Oh, the Dark Lord. Chapter 10. Oh my God, the Dark Lord. I mean, it's probably just Vader, but come on. Give me a little Pappy Sneaky. We all want it. Little sneak peek. Theme song is fire. You better hurry up. Yeah, he is definitely ready. Ooh, Dryden Voss is great. Grumpy. Yeah, I knew he definitely wants Maul on his side. I wish Jarvis was doing the voice. I was thinking that too. I'm like, that doesn't sound like Jarvis. Where's my Jarvis? Hello, Master Stock. I can't do a Jarvis. No, sir. No, sir. He's him. She knows. This is gonna end badly, chat. I got a bad feeling about this. It's not a cat. It's a Grogu. Sidious. Look at this man learning how to persuade. Damn. Sheesh. Chat. This is getting crazy. No. I don't know about that. I don't know if there is a way to beat it. Oh my god. Yo! He's coming after me. Our Grogu's mad she's not on the stream. Damn. Devin versus both of them? This is crazy work. Oh my gosh. Yo, the crow just screaming. Don't be too distracted. You're going to see your master get cut down if you do that. Or she's going to see her master, I should say. Damn, he left himself defenseless. Give it back to him. Yeah, there we go. Come on now. That was badass, though. A little future look. Brandon, welcome into the chat. Trat? I don't even know what I said there. Chat? Sheesh. This is so sick. She's sad she's missing out, too. Damn. Damn. It's crazy how his, like, I knew his, you know, when he strikes, it's strong, it's powerful. I know. But dang, seeing it against Maul, that's something else. That is something else. Two boots? What you got? You, Vario. I don't know if that's an option, Vario. You've been like on the chopping block the whole season. Damn. Damn, he disarmed him? Oh, and he turned him into smoke? Whoa. Vario is such a jokester. Oh, damn. She almost got cooked. Shuttle whooshes. I love subtitles. This shuttle keeps whooshing. Vario, it's time for you to whoosh. Whoosh? Whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, let's go, Vario. Let's go. Moof milking laser brains. My dude. What a comeback. What an insult. Hey, it worked like a charm, though. Got him. You better hide, kid. Nice shots. Who's on that cannon? Get it going. Come on, two boots. Oh, yeah, two boots. Vario reminds me of Chicken Little dude Timothy, doesn't he ever? Straight up. An evil Chicken Little. Oh, my God. He's not going to work with you, fam. I mean, he is, but also, y'all are not on the same page. And Darth Vader is the page. So, Vario, I'm so dead. Two Boots is a beast. Oh no. The legend himself, you gotta protect him. What a loser. Just kidding. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Two Boots. He's just following his programming, but dude's butthole. Damn. Yo. I hear some cracking with that. Damn. Slumped God. What up, Goofy? My dude is... Oh, did he just push? No way. He's leaving him for dead? He knows he can't win. Sheesh. That's messed up. Lawson did see that. Oh. Vader's too... He got him a little bit. Oh, Docky, I can't watch this. It's nice knowing you, Docky. She's gonna see it. Oh man, the end of it. Damn. Damn. Oh. I'm about to fall in love with Devin, aren't I? Maul, you freaking manipulative son of a gun. Oh. He's gonna save her. Oh, he's gonna give her the chance to save herself and join in. And use that red saber. That's badass. Damn. This story is well done, man. I feel like Mario's just gonna like fall off the ship at the end. You almost had it. You almost made it into the next season. He'll be here. He's right behind me. It's probably a good thing. I don't think that ship is going anywhere. Sheesh. Sheesh. Dang, on the jam, bro. Okay, that's how Captain Lawson gets taken out. That's crazy work. He's just watching her use her hate. Yes, the crow will be hiding. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's not the crow. He's like, that's my weapon. You stop that, Vader. Yeah, I've seen him get crushed before. No big deal. Damn, oh, that was sick. Oh, this is peak Vader. Damn. Damn, bro. This is crazy. I feel bad for Devin, man. Oh, he looks so cool. Vader looks so sick. Yo. Damn. Watching her transform like this is crazy in front of your eyes. Riley, too. A temporary setback. We shall have our revenge in time. Yeah, he didn't need form though. He just overpowers people. That's the crazy thing about this part of Vader at this era. Was she hearing stuff again? She's so mad. Oh, damn. Yo, Chad, this is going to be a fun ride. Please go for like 5 seasons. Let's go. Let's go. The darkness has overcome. Let me know what y'all thought of season 1 of Maul Shadow Lord down in the chat and in the comments below. What a ride this season has been, and what a ride this show is going to be in general. That was incredible. Dude, what a finale. What a last 2 episodes with Vader. Oh, I knew that these two had fought before, but this was epic. This was truly some of the best, probably Star Wars in general, since Twilight of the Apprentice. And really, I mean, there's been stuff since then that's been just as incredible, but this was right up on par with that, and that's saying something, man. Twilight of the Apprentice, those 2 episodes are peak Star Wars, and we got something similar here tonight in these 2 on Star Wars Day, man. What a gift. What a treat. A 10 out of 10 indeed. Absolute insanity. You could say that again, Timothy. That was nuts. I'm reeling. Boy, I'm reeling right now. Anakin Skywalker says Kenobi means nothing. I only serve you, my master. Yeah, the Anakin love is strong today. What a surprise for us fans. That was freaking dope. I'm about to log off after this stream and go watch it again because that was so awesome. What a way for us to celebrate. I don't even care that we didn't get an Ahsoka trailer. That was dope. I'm ready for Maul Shadow Lord season 2, says MYKKI. Me too, man. Me too. I truly, I can see them going like 4 or 5, maybe 6 seasons with this show if they really wanted to, and they should. Maybe little time jumps here and there, but they should absolutely take advantage of this opportunity with this show. And the fact that they're doing the dark side kind of centered show that it feels like we were all promised and didn't really get delivered in Acolyte. And that is something that I feel like is big, and one of the best attributes of this show is truly the way it's handling the dark side and handling Maul and his traumas, and the fact that that's a part of being a part of the dark side a lot of the time. RF Gaming Channel says, yo, Sheev, happy May 4th to the chat. A happy May 4th to you as well. Welcome in. Don says, we have to talk. Who's going to Celebration? Oh, Celebration. So, depending on where you are in the world, it is May 4th still for me for another like 2 hours. So, with that being said, in another like day, really 2 days, on May 6th, Celebration tickets are going on sale. And I shouldn't even be telling you guys this because then you're going to buy my tickets and there's going to be no more left for me. But I'm going to be trying to buy my tickets for sure on the 6th. I will hopefully see you guys all there as well. There's like 10 more years of Maul that are unexplored. There really is, dude. That's the best part of Maul, is there's just so much that we can still do up until those like last 2-3 years in Rebels that he shows up. You know what I mean? There's a whole like 16, 15 years in between now and then. That's a lot of time. Maybe like 14 at the least. But there is like a full decade of Maul that you can go through. You can have this show go for a long time. Heck, George Lucas had his original treatments of the sequels and what he was trying to plan or thinking of doing for them scripted up and kind of like, or not scripted, but plotted out for Lucasfilm, and a lot of it is similar to what we're getting in this show with Maul's story continuing. We'll see, dude. I would love to go to the Lucas Narrative Museum. It would be dope. I don't really have plans to yet, but it would be dope. I would definitely on the bucket list type thing. I can't believe Vader and Maul finally met and tried to run him over in Phantom Menace. Dude, for real. After all this time, Anakin's been fighting this dude as a drone for years. Like, I don't know if you guys know that, but there's some comics where it's like a specific droid that's designed to like make its image look like an opponent and be able to fight in their similar styles and stances and whatnot. Anakin used to practice all the time against Darth Maul. So this fool has been like, he's had hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of training against Darth Maul's old styles and fighting stances. So it's kind of unfair. Skywalker Ranch would definitely be on the bucket list for sure. Wednesday the 6th at 12 p.m. Pacific time. VIP will evaporate, but we'll be patient on the regular tickets. Yeah, we got to get those regulars and the 4-day passes. Let's get them. Maul is just a training dummy to Vader. He really is. He really is. It was sad. It was crazy to see his face when he showed up, and then like his reaction to fighting him. The fact he left Docky. Can we talk about that for a second? She pushed him into him. He's like, screw this, I'm out. What? Oh. Just when you think there's some good in Maul. Comic of Maul hologram was cool. It was sick. I hope to go less worried about the ticket than lodging. I feel that. Interesting. No, I'm more worried about the ticket than lodging. Granted, I have family out in LA still, so that's probably why. Go Knights, by the way. We won. Victory. Victory screech. Whatever it is. Go Knights. Is Rook Cast on too? Ooh, yeah. Let's talk about that for a sec. There's a lot of fan theories that Rook Cast was potentially the armorer. She cooked. She gone. She dead. Rook is definitely dead. Vader cooked her up, fried her real good. Made her look like she was touching the Mustafar lava, probably. Yeah, she gone. It was so sad. Dude, the pits of like acid too, that was crazy. Never mind. Marok got pushed off that bridge. Did he survive? I was wondering that, dude. They never showed him again, did they? I wonder if that's how Marok turns to smoke. It's all Decky's fault. Bro, we thought Decky was going to be in episode 2. Yeah, we all thought he was gone by episode 2, but he ended up going down against Vader. Actually, really cool. Yeah, he had some moments of looking like he was fighting like Yoda for a sec, and Vader like almost knew that those stuff was coming. He's probably heard of Decky or fought, seen him throughout the temple. You would think everyone knows of Anakin, but dude, that was dope. It was dope to see that happen with the way he was fighting him and the little flips that he did, and the fact that Vader was just like, this is light work. It was crazy. Lawson lives. That would be dope. I think he's gone. That was pretty nuts when he did the sacrifice. He's telling this kid, I could have done better, man. I know. That was rough. I don't think he lives. Docky was so well done. I mean, granted, there's people that think Cad Bane is still alive, so maybe. We'll see. Docky was so well done that I was still sad, and then they hit me with Lawson. I was so unexpected to me. Yeah, Lawson was crazy. He just all of a sudden was like, I gotta do what I gotta do, man. I gotta get my son out of here. He watched Maul push Docky into Vader. He's going to reveal it to Devin. He definitely might at some point. Actually, he's dead. He's dead now. He's dead. What? Okay, what if he is alive and he does reveal it at some point? That would be nuts. But he's dead. He's dead. I don't know. Maybe he's still out there. Let me know what you guys think down in the chat. I gotta be honest, that crash earlier with the stream took a lot out of me. I don't know how much longer we can go tonight. If you guys want a little, not even a little teasy, if you guys want that Thrawn theory, you got to get some hype in the chat, because I don't know if I have the energy. I don't know if I got it yet. No body, no death, says Lobo. In Star Wars, that is kind of true. It's kind of true. I mean, we had a body with Cad Bane, but there was blinking lights, so whatever that means. Got turned into Swiss cheese. Yeah, he did. He did. Docky cheese. Sounds pretty good. And go for some Docky cheese. I don't know about you guys. Oh, where are we? No hype. No hype in the chat. Nobody wants to hear the theory. We can do it another day when I have more energy. I just felt like May 4th might be a good day to finally reveal some of the master plan. Hype! We got some hype. A little bit of hype. Not too much. Of the 12 people in here. 11. Ooh, I want to hear a theory. You want to hear a theory? I want to hear your theory, man. All right. We got a little bit of hype. Going. Anyone else as foolish as me to get that expensive bounty hunter bundle at Burger King? At least the collectible cups are cool. I haven't yet. I don't know about foolish. I said it at the beginning of the stream. There's a Burger King down the street from me. I might have to. Just to experiment. You know what I mean? Just do it. All right. No. Real quick though. I'm not actually leaving. Relax. Pull up a seat. I don't think I can do. I don't know why it's not. Maybe it's on here. I don't know what's going on. I can't do what I want. I can't throw in the polls in the chat. So let me know in the chat. Do you think Thrawn? This is like a big controversy in a sense within the fandom. Yeah, here's the Thrawn psychosis in its full form. Do you think Thrawn is a villain? Let me know down in the chat. Let me know. Is Thrawn a villain? Simple question. Yes or no? Mandalorian and Grogu in 17 days. That's so close. I freaking can't wait. I am so hyped. Let me know, though. Is Thrawn a villain? No, says MYKKI. We've got one no. Who else? Yes, no. Thrawn is a spy. Sorta, says Lobo. Not really, no, says MCU OG. Okay, so we've got some yeses. Actually, I don't think I've seen a single yes. Yes, says RF Gaming. He's more like a contrast anti-hero. I like that answer, Lobo. I like that answer. So, let's dive into Thrawn a little bit. If you want to know the character of Thrawn, first of all, you've come to the right place. Smash that like button and subscribe. Second of all, let's dive into a little bit of his character, because Thrawn is one of the most interesting characters in all of Star Wars, especially now that he's been canonized. There's a lot of incredible stories that deal with Thrawn. Brought into Star Wars, I guess, reality. I don't know. Brought into Star Wars back in the 90s with the original Heir to the Empire trilogy done by Timothy Zahn himself. Zahn was brought back into Star Wars. Zahn himself, the guy that created Thrawn, not Thrawn. Zahn was brought back during Star Wars Rebels to bring back the character of Thrawn for Star Wars Rebels. A Dave Filoni driven show. A show that he wanted to make sure he brought Thrawn into canon for. Because before that, Thrawn was never truly canon. So Dave Filoni ushered in the era of Thrawn being canon. And with that, they hired Timothy Zahn, the original author, to create 3 new canon books of Thrawn and his time through the Empire. And the first book quite literally starts with Thrawn joining the Empire, and the Empire finding him on a stranded, a deserted planet kind of thing. Just, all by his lonesome, the Empire finds him. And basically you go through these books and you kind of see a different light of Thrawn in a little bit of a sense than what you see in Star Wars Rebels. Because in Star Wars Rebels, you kind of just see, the Grand Admiral that he becomes, the vicious strategic mind and brilliant tactician that he is. With Thrawn, though, and with what they do, and Zahn does in particular in his books, is he gives you a little bit more of a perspective. And with that perspective, they allowed him to create not only those 3 books that deal with his time throughout the Empire and throughout some of his time during Rebels, even when you don't see him, kind of fills in some of those plot points. But you also get to see 3 books, if you've read them, known as the Thrawn Ascendancy, which is a prequel to those 3 books that he wrote for canon. So there's now 6 total canon books of Thrawn, a prequel trilogy and an original trilogy. Ironic. With all of that being said, though, to break down Thrawn just a little bit further, other than, the actual narrative of his story going on in real life. His narrative in the actual story. Let's get into that a little bit, because you see a little bit of a different side of him in the original 3 books, but then you see a completely different side of him in a sense in the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy. And in those novels, you essentially find out that his people, the Chiss, are almost legends in a sense, and even in the outer regions or unknown regions that they live in. So that little space that we don't know much about Star Wars, the outer regions of the galaxy, basically the Chiss are like some of the most strategic, deadly, and well-known like ghost story of people in a sense, and nobody really sees much of them anymore. And part of the reason of that is that their planet is basically completely frozen over on the surface. And so it looks like it's just uninhabitable in a lot of senses. Nobody's probably chilling there. Who wants to go to that ice ball? You know what I mean? But really, they have an entire society of like millions of people living under the surface of their planet. I know I'm going into a deep psychosis with this. I know way too much about Thrawn. And so with the Chiss people, they have these 9 ruling families that are basically like the politics and the political run system that they have within their ecosystem and within their planet, and how they kind of keep their people hidden within the outer regions and keep that ghost story running in a sense. So during this time that Thrawn is kind of growing up and rising through the ranks of the Ascendancy, you learn a lot about them. You learn that they have these all particular rules and ways that they do things so that, they don't expose themselves unnecessarily in a lot of senses. And Thrawn is probably the most brilliant strategic mind that they've ever seen, and probably one of the smartest Chiss that there is, and they're already brilliant species. And so there's a group of these ruling family members that and people within the ecosystems of them that basically just don't mess with Thrawn. They're like, this dude is just nothing but trouble. He deals like every time, we have all these rules and systems, and he doesn't listen to them. He doesn't follow them because he's trying to do his own kind of things and strategical plans. One of the biggest things is that they have this preemptive strike rule where they're not supposed to start a fight. Basically, someone else starts the fight, yeah, you end it, but you don't start the fight. And Thrawn finds ways to kind of like loophole himself away out of it, where there's one fight where he literally fires from one position in space from his ship, and he shoots the rocket and then does like a little like skip with hyperspace jumping, like real quick skip, where he's all of a sudden over here. They start shooting at him over here when he already fired from back there. And by the time they start shooting at him first, technically over here, that's when the rocket that he technically fired first hits them, even though they shot at him. They shot him first. It's a whole Greedo thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, went way too far into that. As far as the Chiss people, though, as I've talked about, they have this whole system and setup that they have where basically they don't want to be known to the unknown regions or to anybody. They want to keep their secrecy. They want to keep their people thriving in their own kind of hidden space. But there is kind of, stories out there of them, and there's also stories of another group of aliens out in the unknown regions that are even known as even more of a ghost story, if you will, and even potentially even more dangerous than the Chiss. And those are known as the Grisk. And you learn of these Grisk throughout those 3 Ascendancy novels, and basically what you come to find out is that the Grisk are very real, just like the Chiss are. And not only are they kind of a threat to the unknown regions and to the main galaxy of the Star Wars universe, but they are a species that has been going around the Star Wars universe, not just the galaxy, and taking out and conquering basically galaxy after galaxy after galaxy, not just planet after planet, but galaxy after galaxy. And Thrawn and his, some of the other military leaders of his Chiss people basically find out that these dudes are real and a threat. And what you come to find out is how the Chiss people ended up in the situation that they're in and why their planet is completely frozen over. And you also find out that there is an absolute contingency going on where even the Chiss, Thrawn's people, are extremely terrified of these Grisk, and that they are a real threat that could still come back into our main galaxy at any point. And so what you find is that their planet is actually frozen over because the original founding members of those 9 families, I think there's like a big 4 of them, the main 4 families or something like that. Maybe it was 5. Might have been 5 type of thing. It was 4 or 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have done a little more research this morning. But these 5 people, I believe, maybe it was 4. I think it was. These 4 people basically that were the ruling members of their family had this super weapon called a Star Flash. And what the Star Flash did back in the early days of the Chiss Empire, the Chiss being a thing, is basically they had this weapon that pulls power and like energy from a star, from the sun, their sun essentially. And it uses it to just launch the weapon out, basically using the power of the sun to destroy entire armadas, entire fleets, almost entire systems. A whole planet could probably be destroyed, just like the Death Star kind of thing. And so what happened was, back in the day when the Chiss were, in their heyday, they used this weapon with their 4 founding members activating it and basically sacrificing themselves to take out an enemy fleet. It's never really said in the story, because like to the Chiss people, this is just the story of their founding members and what happened with them. But it's never really said who that threat was. It's very possible that threat that they used the weapon on was the Grisk themselves. And not only did they use that weapon to take out the Grisk at the time, or whoever that was, and unfortunately weaken their sun and cause their planet to get frozen over, but they also have a second one of these weapons. And so this is where my theory comes in and where it gets really fun, because in the second of those Thrawn Ascendancy novels, you find out that Thrawn knows about the Star Flash weapon. Not only does he know about the Star Flash weapon, he knows about the second one that the Chiss people still have on them. And he knows about the Grisk. In a sense, Thrawn is set up right now with these novels. And, if Dave Filoni actually knows that paper is a thing and knows that they hired the same dude he brought back to bring back Thrawn. Hopefully he knows that all of this stuff is happening in the books, because right now Thrawn is set up to almost be the savior of the entire galaxy. I know. It's crazy. But it could happen. It could happen. Right now, everybody thinks Thrawn is the big bad, the main villain that we're all heading towards. What if I told you he's not? What if he is the savior? What if he's the only one that has knowledge of not only the Starflash weapon, but the Grist themselves? And if they just popped up into the galaxy, he would be the only one, prepared to defeat them and with the knowledge to do it. I mean, think about it too. Think about it just for a second. He was born without a father. Think about it for a second, though. Thrawn is coming back into the main galaxy right around this time frame of The Mandalorian. I think by the end of the Mandalorian movie should be syncing up with when Thrawn comes back. Something like that. Because that happens at the end of Ahsoka Season 2. Ahsoka Season 1, sorry. Going into Ahsoka Season 2, we know that Thrawn is coming back. And with that being said, he's coming back with an army. Not just, the undead soldiers that he has and, the stormtrooper dudes, but he's also got the Dathomirian Night Sisters and the witches of the undead that he's going to bring back on Dathomir. So Thrawn's got full armies coming back. Sure, maybe it's just to take over the Empire or come back as the heir to the Empire. But that's the other thing you learn about Thrawn in those Ascendancy novels, is the dude was never, ever truly loyal to the Empire. No, he wasn't. And he's still not. He's still not. His true loyalty and, where that lies is with the Chiss. And that's really what those three Ascendancy novels truly help you understand, is that, and those three original trilogy Thrawn books, if you will. Thrawn essentially joined the Empire, sure, as Timothy said earlier, as a spy, as a reconnaissance mission. Basically, some of those ruling family members that are all the politicians. Oh no, I'm not brave enough for politics. Well, Thrawn isn't either. He don't mess with politics, and politicians don't mess with him either. And so what ends up happening at the end of those Ascendancy novels is that he gets banished, or kicked out of the Chiss Ascendancy. And on the surface, from what the politicians see and think and hear, is basically that Thrawn just, wasn't following rules, wasn't following the protocols, and so he's getting kicked out. But what you find out is that the people that are truly running, the top heads that are really running everything behind the Chiss and within the military as well, had basically planned for him to be removed from the Chiss to go join this empire that was rising in the main galaxy, or the main portion of the galaxy. And basically, all throughout that time, Thrawn, first of all, during the Clone Wars, Thrawn ends up doing a mission at one point where he actually meets Anakin Skywalker. And so he knows about what's going on somewhat during the Clone Wars, and he knows of Anakin during that time. And once the Empire becomes a thing and takes over, the Chiss are alerted of it and go, hey, let's put Thrawn over there and go see if we can't get him to become... get him to get the Empire to become an ally of the Chiss in case the Grist, come back, or we ever have to deal with them. Then we have the Empire on our side at least. And so that was the whole point. That's the entire reason that Thrawn got sent to the Empire, was basically to infiltrate it and make them become allies. And at one point, you even get in the first three books, not the Ascendancy books, but the other three, you get a book called Thrawn Treason. And the whole narrative of that book is basically, while Palpatine and Krennic and all of them are building up that Death Star, Thrawn figures it out because he definitely, like, how can he not? Like, he follows all the shipments. He starts to figure it out and goes, "You're building a super weapon." And Palpatine's like, "You're not loyal to me, are you?" And he's like, "Brother, what? No, I'm loyal to you, brother. I'm just, it's a bad idea. Why would you build a super weapon? Like, that don't make no sense. I got this TIE Defender program that's real great sitting right over here." And Palpatine's like, "Yo, that is pretty great, but come on, man. It blows up planets. Like, come on. What's your issue? You think I'm going to use it on your people?" And Thrawn's like, "No. And so basically Palpatine does this whole thing where he has Thrawn help with some of the shipment issues that Krennic was having at the end of the Death Star program. And yeah, anyway, I'm going on like 10 different tangents right now. The ADHD is real. I know way too much Thrawn information. Thrawn basically is very suspect of the Death Star, and you find out that the whole reason he's put in the Empire in the first place is to infiltrate them and use them as an ally. So he has to prove, in a sense, to Palpatine that he's loyal. So he does whatever he can to prove that he's loyal. And as soon as he's done kind of proving he's loyal and helping out Krennic with his problems and all of this stuff, all of a sudden he hears that the fuel depot is blown up. Yeah, there goes your, the plans you had with the TIE Defender program. Shout out Kanan Jarrus. And then he gets back to deal with his stuff on Lothal, and the next thing you know, he gets space whaled. And that was the last time we saw Thrawn until Ahsoka Season 1. And again, he was strategically placed in the Empire, like the entire time. They sent him there. The Empire picks him up, sees him as an interesting, creature in person, and they take him to Palpatine, and he brings up the name Anakin, and Palpatine goes, "Who the heck are you? What? Well, I could use some of that." So that's the whole thing, is basically the two of them had a whole dynamic where Thrawn never fully trusted the Empire, but he was trying to use the Empire as a means to an end. And Palpatine was basically trying to get him to prove that he was loyal to him, and that he, if he blew up the Chiss, the Chiss ascendancy, that Thrawn would be like, no big deal, brother. That's water under the bridge, So, to get back to my main theory and what I think is set up here is, I think basically Dave Filoni is kind of doing a fake out, and he's taking a real long time to do it, but he's doing it. And I think once the Mandalorian and Grogu movie ends, that's when things start to pop off with Thrawn coming back to the galaxy. We're going to see a lot of that fighting happening in Ahsoka Season 2. I have my fingers crossed still that maybe Mara Jade can be brought into canon, but that's a whole other video. You can go check out our other streams and stuff on Vader's Lair channel if you want to hear about my Mara Jade theory. But basically, I think that the New Republic, as dense as they are, that's the nicest way I can put it, they think that Thrawn is coming back to be the heir to the Empire in a Palpy kind of way and try to take over the galaxy and do his thing. And I get that. I can see your perspective on that, New Republic. But what they're going to do is, out of fear, accidentally start a war with him that's probably going to weaken both sides a little bit. And what's going to end up happening, I think, here's where the theory truly kicks in, is that they're going to go at each other for a little bit. And right when Thrawn is backed into a corner, or maybe Thrawn even has them backed into a corner, maybe a little bit of both. They're both kind of at each other's necks, if you will. Right when maybe Thrawn is backed into a corner, boom, the Grist show up. And that's when he's like, "Dude, this is what I've been preparing for. I don't care about none of y'all. Like, this is it." Stuff starts popping off, and they realize Thrawn was preparing for something bigger. Maybe they don't even fully realize it. They just, all of a sudden, they have to team up. Maybe they took out Thrawn at that point, and they got to deal with it without him. But I think it makes the most sense, in my theory, for them to potentially have to team up and for Thrawn to know of where that Star Flash is, for him to contact the Chiss and have the Chiss try to help out. So we got the Chiss, the Mandalorians, the New Republic, the remnants of the Empire, everybody trying to help out to take out the Grisk. And then you get maybe they're just that overwhelming where nobody can beat them at this point. They're just the Grisk are maybe just that crazy. And then with all of them backed into a corner, that's when Thrawn pulls out the trump card. I know of the Star Flash weapon. The only downside to this thing is that it takes the energy from a sun or from a star. So whatever star we use is going to be cooked. And B, it takes like 4 or 5 people to activate it. I think it's 4. And that's a real problem. Thrawn, I would think, would be one of them. But that's where the theory gets real interesting, because I feel like if the Grisk come in, you got to sacrifice 4 people to activate this weapon. Sure, maybe there's a way someone with the Force could, I don't know, push some buttons all at the same time. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that everyone has to be physically there to activate it. Thrawn is my first candidate to be in that group of sacrificers, unfortunately. And that's the thing, is Dave Filoni is known for his sacrifices at this point. Whether it is our boy Kanan Jarrus, the space whales with Ezra Bridger, Dave Filoni does sacrifices like no one else. How freaking insane would it be if the Star Flash weapon has to be used and it's Thrawn, Din Djarin, Ahsoka Tano, I don't know, maybe it is 5. I gotta research it a little bit again. This is where it gets mixed up, though, because we could have kind of a reversal of roles, if you will, where basically instead of Ezra Bridger being the one that sacrifices himself for the galaxy, maybe Sabine Wren could, and kind of have her Jedi moment and story kind of come full circle. And then the last 2 are Ezra Bridger himself. He's already kind of known for that. I just want him to be around to teach Kanan's kid a little longer. That's my only... I mean, who knows how long this story could potentially take to unfold if Dave ever realizes that paper exists. But Mara Jade could absolutely be brought into this. I think she could make Luke's character make a lot more sense. You could do a whole animated show about her to kind of have her story kind of unfold. Maybe even have her secretly working with Thrawn and then working alongside the good guys as well, and Luke Skywalker and all of them. And it would just make so much more sense if Mara Jade ended up sacrificing herself in this Star Flash event and taking out the Grisk. And then that's part of why Luke Skywalker is just a hermit of himself by the time we get to episode 7. Just putting it out there. It would make a lot more sense if Mara Jade did something like that, sacrifice herself. Luke couldn't be there or something, and maybe he felt like it should have been him. I don't know. Dave used to draw on paper. That's the only paper he knows. I'm so dead. Okay, where was I, though? Because I feel like I had some more bombs to drop, but... Mara Jade would be one of the coolest. The last character would be probably her, or there's one other. I said Ezra. I think that's it. Din Djarin would be probably my other biggest candidate too. Like, I know that seems a little out there, but it's like, I don't know. They're like, maybe he can survive with the armor. But also, in all seriousness, I don't know. Just he really wants to protect Grogu. If there's something going down where he knows he has to end his life, sacrifice himself for Grogu and the rest of the galaxy continue, I think Din Djarin would make that decision. And on top of that, Ahsoka would be an interesting one. I feel like it can make her story full circle, give her the big sacrifice she deserves in a sense too, if you're going to go that route with her. But I feel like there is more to tell with her story in other senses too, which could make Sabine Wren make a lot of sense. as well. And hey, she's Mandalorian too. Maybe they do think the Beskar can protect them from the Star Flash. I don't know. Let me see what y'all have been saying in the chat. Thrawn deficiency syndrome, indeed. It's known as thrice. Yeah, we know it as Thrawn psychosis here. It's a real problem. For $1 a day, you can help a child with Thrawn psychosis. It's a truly tragic thing. The Grisk are the threat. Yes. The Yuzan Vong are the non-canon version, 100%, Brandon. Are Grisk like the canon version of Yuzan Vong from Legends? 100%, essentially. There's not. I feel like there's way less known about them in canon too, because obviously their story has never been finished. They're like a very secretive thing in those books. I busted the whole load, Tim. I'm sorry. We gotta stream or edit some of it out into a video for sure. Good morning and good night, Indy. There's a bigger Ahsoka the White living in my head rent free. I feel that. There's more to come. I hope Timothy Zahn can give us a novel of Thrawn and Ezra's adventure in Peridea 5 years before Ahsoka season 1. That would be dope. He definitely should write stuff like that, because there's probably tons of crazy stuff that happened in an entirely different galaxy in the Star Wars universe. That's the coolest part of all that, is we're definitely getting more of that in Ahsoka season 2 as well. The basics of Darth Talon, but with Devin. Straight up. I want to see more Legends character like the Delta Squad and Revan back in canon. Dude, Revan would be dope. They need to do that at some point. They really do. It would be cool if Thrawn and Eli Vanto can appear together one day, like in the Ahsoka season 2 flashback. That would be dope. If they do go the full Heir to the Empire route, like I think they're going, and like I hope they do with this theory, they gotta bring back Eli Vanto, man. He's gotta come back. He's gotta be doing something in the main galaxy, right? Maybe he's part of the remnants. I don't know. The Zepho from Fallen Order are also a mysterious species. Indeed, they are. Very much like the Grisk. An evil Grisk, if you will. An evil Zepho. The Grisk are an evil Zepho. Hopefully I didn't tell too much. But yeah. I've been sitting on this theory for a long time. There's probably more to it than just that. But I do think that the Star Flash weapon is hopefully the big event that we're leading to. Because there's all this stuff that's actually already set up in canon. Not that many people know about it. And I'm just trying to put it out there, man. Because it's Dave, please. Don't just pretend that paper isn't a thing anymore and do your own stories. Just build on top of them. They're incredible. They're incredible stories. Theories and speculation are half of the fun of Star Wars. At times, it definitely is. At times, it definitely is. Let me know what y'all think so far of the theory that we're building here. We're going to try to get a video out on it that hopefully gives it a little bit more detail and a little bit more depth. I did it kind of off the dome here, but your boy was researching a little bit earlier today to make sure I had all the facts, because I've been putting this theory together for like a couple years at this point, and it's, if I was Dave Filoni, it's the route I would take. Let me put it that way. Dude, yeah, the Clayface thing looks crazy. It looks crazy. I am starting to get some sleepies here. Your boy is tired. Thank you to the 12 of you hanging out in the chat. Your boy's cooked. All the hype for May 4th is starting to exit my body. We are hyped out. Thank you all for hanging in the lair, though. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed our theory as well. Let me know down in the comments if you're watching on the replay, or down in the chat below what you thought as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we will do some stuff soon here now that Maul has come to a close. And I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your night. May the force be with you. May the fourth be with you. And have a good one. Peace. Okay. Wait. I'm telling you. The Star Flash is real. Don't let the Star Flash hurt you. It's real. It's real. Just please, Dave Filoni, don't pretend like it doesn't exist. I gotta make a video that explains it a little better, but the pieces just fit too well together. Zahn is just a masterclass of storyteller. That dude just literally is handing Dave Filoni Heir to the Empire on a silver platter. Eat it, Dave. It's delicious. May the fourth be with you all. Much love. Make sure to tell your loved ones that you care about them. You never know what tomorrow may bring. Appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your night. Love y'all. And may the fourth be with you. Peace.